Now, I've been managing AdWords accounts for over 7 years, and on average, I spend around, let's say, about 6 to 7 hours per day focused specifically on AdWords for 5 days a week. Some of you may feel sorry for me, however, I do truly enjoy AdWords. Over the years, I've managed many millions of dollars of AdWords budgets throughout all of the various accounts that I manage. Now, I deal with a wide range of AdWords accounts as well. While I predominantly focus on accounts that deal with software, I've also dealt with services such as e-commerce services, direct mail, resorts, real estate, as well as burlesque shows, for example. I love working with AdWords and talking about it. So should you have any questions by the end of this talk, please let me know, and I'd be happy to share my knowledge. So the Google AdWords system is the main source of Google's revenue. To get a sense of how massive that advertising system is, Google reported in 2011, 96% of their $38 billion of revenue came from that advertising system alone. According to Google, ads are seen by over 80% of internet users in the United States each month alone. The AdWords system can be found on many different websites around the internet. Not only when you visit Google or one of their websites like YouTube, ads are displayed across other search portals such as AOL, Ask.com, news websites like the New York Times, blogs, forums, you name it. You've probably already seen multiple AdWords ads this morning alone. At one point or another, we've all been customers of someone. We needed something in order to solve a particular problem that we had. We needed a new pair of shoes, a gift for our child, solve a problem with our computers, or find a better one, a newer one. At first, we weren't sure where to find the best solution or how to solve our problem. So we searched for it. And I'm pretty sure you didn't use Bing. You used Google. Whether you're aware of it or not, you probably saw ads that were specifically targeted for what you were looking for. You may have even clicked on one of those ads. Now flip that concept around. Your potential customers need your product or service. They visit Google and search for it. Maybe they heard the name of your product from a friend. They will visit Google and search for it. Maybe they search for a feature that's important to them. For example, synchronizes with Amazon S3. Maybe they search for a key benefit of your product. Easy to install, network monitoring. It doesn't matter. All of those people are looking for exactly what you're selling. Your ads are displayed at that exact moment. This is the opposite of interruption advertising. Your customers are searching for your product, and there you are, you appear to them. AdWords is highly targeted advertising. No more hoping that X out of so many million will consider to buy your product. With AdWords, it's all about tapping into your customers' needs. Another great benefit to using AdWords is its size and scale. As I mentioned previously, the AdWords network is unmatched. Even if you are one of those people who don't use Google to search the web, your ads will most certainly be displayed on websites that they happen to visit as they go about their daily activities on the web. So at this stage, you should be getting a real sense of why AdWords is so great at targeting your potential customer. The next question is, where exactly are the ads displayed? There are two areas where AdWords ads are displayed. The first is Google Search and the search partners, sometimes called the search network. And I'm sure everyone in this room have heard of Google. They have at last count over 190 domains for Google, meaning google.com, Google in Germany, Google in France, Google in Afghanistan, and the list goes on. Depending on where you are around the world and what you happen to be looking for, you will most likely visit one of the Google domains and when you perform that search. The search network also includes websites called search partners, such as AOL, Ask.com, or About.com, and many others. Obviously, they may not be as popular as Google, however, people are performing searches on them each and every day. Now, when your potential customer performs a search at google.com or one of those domains or search partners, your AdWords ads are displayed along with the regular search results. The second place where your AdWords ads could be displayed is the Google Display Network. Now, according to Google, the Google Display Network is the world's #1 ad network, reaching more than 80% of the global internet users and serving more than 6 billion ad impressions each day across hundreds of thousands of websites. The Google Display Network works by allowing website owners the ability to display AdWords ads on their websites, as well as share in the advertising revenue that Google receives for those ads. Your potential customers visit various websites containing valuable content that could be related to what you offer. Forums, blogs, news and information websites, the list goes on. If the website is part of the Google Display Network, your ads could be displayed on them. For example, your competitor's product is being discussed on a forum or blog. If that forum or blog is part of the Google Display Network, your ads could be displayed alongside your competitor's product. So what types of ads can you use in AdWords? I've explained where your ads are displayed, but what types of ads are we actually talking about? Within the AdWords system, there are a number of different types of ads. However, for this talk, I'm going to focus on 3 of them. The first type of ad is a text ad. In my experience, it's the most widely used ad type. Text ads can be seen on Google Search, the search partners, and the display network, basically everywhere in the AdWords system. Text ads consist of the following ad structure. 25-character headline, two description lines that allow for 35 characters each, a display URL that has a limit of 35 characters, and a destination URL which has a much larger character allowance. Depending on where your ad is displayed, text ads can be reformatted by Google. This means that this particular ad could be reformatted in the following different ways. See, they're going to restructure it depending on how they're seeing it, how its performance improves based on their data. And you're not going to know how they displayed it. A real benefit to text ads is that they're extremely easy to create and they're very quick to create. You may start with only a few text ads, but in no time at all, you'll be creating numerous text ads that address your potential customers' needs. The second ad type are image ads. This type of ad is based on a graphic image that can also be animated. These types of ads can only be used on the Google Display Network and not on the search network. Successful image ads can work wonders on an AdWords account. Sometimes that visual representation can get your point across quicker than words can in a text ad. Bear in mind that image ads are more time-consuming and difficult to create. The third type of ad type is display ads. Display ads are similar to image ads by appearance only. Instead of uploading a graphical image or animation, Google provides an easy-to-use wizard-like interface for creating these types of ads. With image ads, you either need to have some form of artistic ability or you need a graphic designer to create them. With display ads, you can quickly create your own in a matter of minutes. You pick from a variety of display ad templates that Google provide, and you add some ad copy, maybe some stock photos, box shots, or possibly some logos. Google will then convert all of that information into display ads in a few different formats. You can even convert an existing text ad into a display ad in a few clicks. The display ads can only be shown on the Google Display Network. Now I know it's slightly confusing with all these similar names, display ads that can be displayed on the Google Display Network. They could have only have come up with better names for these things. That would have been great. So how are your ads triggered? I've explained where your ads are displayed and the types of ads that you can use within the AdWords system, but how are your ads displayed at that precise moment that someone searches for what you're offering? The short answer is it depends on where your ads are being displayed. If you recall, I spoke about two main areas where your ads could potentially be displayed: the search network or the Google Display Network, or both. From within your AdWords account, you tell the system where you want your ads to be displayed. On the search network, if you choose to display there, your ads are triggered based on a search for a keyword. A keyword is a word or phrase that you use when performing a search. So for example, iPhone 4 bicycle mount, backup software, database security solutions. You choose the keywords that your customers might search for, and in turn, AdWords, your ads could be displayed at precisely the moment that your potential customer will search for them. As I mentioned, this is the opposite of interruption advertising. If, however, you choose to display your ads on the Google Display Network, there is no search involved. Keywords do still play an important role. Similar to the Google Search Network, you can choose keywords that you feel your customers might associate with your product or service. The AdWords system will in turn analyze those keywords, finding pages on the Google Display Network that it feels are related. As your potential customers read blogs, forums, news websites that are part of the Google Display Network, the AdWords system will determine if the page that they are viewing is relevant to those keywords that you chose. If your ads can be even displayed on those sites. Another option is to not use keywords at all. If you know that a website is actually part of the Google Display Network, you can specifically target just that website. And your ads could potentially be displayed on that site. This type of targeting is called placement targeting. So which is better? Each has its own strengths and potential roles to play. The search network is all about a search. Your potential customers search for answers to their questions that they have, or look for solutions to their problems. Your ads attempt to answer those particular problems. But what happens when your product isn't easy to describe or doesn't receive many searches per day? People do, however, discuss the need for your product through blogs or forums. The Google Display Network could be an opportunity in this particular situation. You could specifically target certain websites where your type of product is actually being discussed. So how do you pay? Although the AdWords system is free to set up AdWords, it is not free to use AdWords. With AdWords, you bid on clicks. This means that you set what is called a maximum CPC bid. CPC stands for cost per click, which means that you only pay if someone clicks on your AdWords ad. You won't necessarily pay that maximum CPC bid amount. The AdWords system will determine what you pay each time you are considered for display. Someone searches for one of your keywords, or someone's on a page on the Google Display Network that is relevant to one of your keywords. Each time your ads are considered for display, the AdWords system takes into account your maximum CPC bid and compares it against other advertisers' bids, as well as some other factors. The AdWords system is determining if your ad will display at all, where on that page, or if you will be above or below your competitors. Although the maximum CPC bid plays an important role, there is that potential that you could ultimately pay less per click than your competitors. Now, accomplishing this is no easy task. If the AdWords system feels that your ad is better than other ads, meaning it's more relevant to what the searcher is actually seeking, you will most likely pay less than other AdWords advertisers that are less relevant. This is because the AdWords system rewards advertisers for being relevant. If people keep clicking on your ads, landing on your website, not finding what they're looking for, they will most certainly return to Google in order to click on another ad or possibly an organic search result. Now, if this occurs consistently with your ads, the Google system will determine that you're not offering people what they're looking for, which is why you start paying more and more per click, because they don't want you to show your ads. The next component of the payment system is the daily budget. This setting allows you to control how much you're prepared to pay per day. If your daily budget is set too high, you take the risk of burning through that daily budget too quickly. If you set it too low, you won't receive enough data in order to make those important decisions. My approach with the daily budget is similar to a carrot and stick approach. I start low, and then I gradually work up my daily budget, making sure that I'm paying for the targeted traffic that I want to receive. The bid and relevance factor that I just spoke about will also determine where your ad is displayed. I'm talking about where your ad is displayed on a particular web page on either of those networks. Are your ads above your competitors' ads, or are they below? Are your ads in first place, or are they in last place? If your ads are displayed on the Google Search Network, that means Google.com or the various Google domains, your ads are displayed either above the search results, to the side of them, or under the search results. So you would see them actually below as you scroll down the page at the very bottom. There is that potential for being displayed all the way down there. If your ads are displayed on one of the Google Search Partner sites, it will be down to that particular website as to how they display your ads. Ads can be displayed very differently from site to site, and will have the look and feel of the website in particular. So as you can see on Ask, they have some of their content above the ads, and then all of a sudden you have your ads, and then right below it you have even more content from the site itself. So it's very different than how they do it on Google. Now, if your ads are displayed on the Google Display Network, it will be down to the particular website as to where your ad is actually displayed. You could be the sole ad on a page, or your ad could be in a block of ads, one on top of another or side by side. You could be displayed at the very top of the page, or you could be displayed at the very bottom of the page. When viewing your AdWords stats, Google will inform you of that position through a value called the average position. Now, during these next sections, I'm going to explain the structure of your AdWords account. Basically, how all of the pieces fit together. We have already discussed the types of ads, text ads, image ads, and display ads, how those ads are triggered using keywords or placements, as well as how you pay for the clicks on those ads. Now I'm going to talk about groupings. Within AdWords, you organize your various ads, keywords, or placements into what are called ad groups. The ad groups allow you to group common themes of ads and keywords together. Take the following scenario. If you're selling photo editing software through AdWords, your software handles photo manipulation, red eye removal, and maybe photo sharing. You take all of those targeted keywords and stuff them into one ad group. All of your ads will need to speak to every single one of those keywords. And maybe you can accomplish that particular range of keywords through an image ad, but it'll be, all of that information will be very cluttered inside that image ad. Jamming all of that information into the limited amount of space that you actually have in a text ad will be impossible. This is why you need to create ad groups that focus on specific keyword themes. So place all your photo manipulation keywords in one ad group, your red eye removal keywords in another ad group, and your photo sharing keywords in another. Then you can easily craft text ads that directly relate to those specific keyword themes. Furthermore, you can send people who click on your ads directly to a landing page that continues to convey that related message. If you're interested in photo sharing software, you will respond to an ad that directly speaks to that specific topic. You don't need to inform people about all of the various 1,001 other things that your software does. Just focus on what the searcher wants, and you will end up paying less on your AdWords if you stick to that rule. Now, before you can create your ad groups with each of their keywords, ads, and bids, you need to create campaigns. Each campaign consists of one or more ad groups that share a number of settings across that entire campaign. These settings are as follows. The daily budget. How much are you prepared to spend on AdWords each and every day? Your distribution settings. Do you want to target the Google Search Network or the Google Display Network, or both? Location targeting. Where in the world do you want your ads to be displayed? Language targeting, as well as many other settings that are shared across that entire campaign. Now, in theory, you could have one single campaign. However, your AdWords account would suffer as a result of this. Create too many campaigns, and the same problem holds true. You need to manage all of those campaigns that you would have created. You have to strike the right balance. At its most basic level, you'll want to create a separate campaign that targets the Google Search Network and a separate campaign that targets the Google Display Network. This is because they function differently. As I explained earlier, one is based on a search for a keyword, and the other is based on people viewing a page that's about your keywords. Even though the AdWords system is designed to handle a mixed campaign, I highly recommend that you do not do that. You may also wish to separate your products into their own campaigns so that you can set different budgets and bids for each of your products. If you recall, I mentioned the daily budget is low, and the location targeting settings are shared across all of your ad groups. If you plan on targeting, for example, let's say 10 countries, and out of those 10, only 4 of them produce the bulk of your sales, you will have absolutely no control over the distribution of that budget if they're all targeted under one campaign. By targeting them within one campaign, the AdWords will distribute your budget, and they will be in control of where your ads are displayed. You could land up with a situation where you pay more per click on countries that don't necessarily need that higher bid. You may find that out of those 4 countries that you want to receive the bulk of your traffic, receive maybe little or none of your traffic. By separating countries into campaigns, you can control how much the overall budget is consumed by a particular country. Also, countries that might not necessarily produce a good return on investment, you can keep their bid levels low by isolating them into their own campaigns. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go ahead and create one campaign per country. That might work in some situations and in some companies. However, the more campaigns you do create, the more difficult it becomes at managing all of that work. So the next section is about AdWords tools. You don't necessarily need any tools to get started in the AdWords system. They do, however, make life easier. First, you're probably wondering, where do you find keywords? The first place that I look for keyword ideas is the website itself, or a competitor's website. Keep in mind that you'll only find keywords that you or your competitor may have come up with. And that might not be what most people are actually searching for. This is why you also need to use the AdWords keyword tool that can be found right within your AdWords account. Now, obviously, you need to go over all of the keywords that the tool seems to spit out, because you want to maintain that relevance. What is good about the tools is that it can also extract keywords from websites. Another good resource for keyword ideas is the Google Analytics account, your Google Analytics account, or your Google Webmaster Tools account. Just like I previously mentioned, it's one-sided. The data inside your Google Analytics account will be based on what you happen to be receiving. If your website is poorly optimized, you won't see any of the popular terms. You also might not see data for the unpopular long-tail terms. Google Search is another great source for keyword ideas. You might think of, let's say, photo manipulation software as one of the keywords that you want to target. But when you perform that search over at Google, you'll see that all of the ads, all of your competitors' ads, and all of the organic search results basically talk about photo editing software. So they don't really discuss photo manipulation. They talk about something else. The next tool that I would recommend is the AdWords editor. It's a desktop interface for the AdWords system. Sure, you could do everything that you might need and more right from within the AdWords web interface. However, with the AdWords editor, you can easily navigate from campaign to campaign or ad group to ad group. You can make bulk changes to your account very quickly. Changes such as copying and pasting from one place to another, adjust bids and ads, edit or delete keywords or ads across multiple campaigns. I personally use the AdWords editor as well as the AdWords web interface. Now in this talk, there were 3 main areas that I just covered. What is AdWords and why you should start using it? Where your ads are displayed and how they're triggered. AdWords costs and free tools to get you started. My hope is that you'll be able to walk away from this talk seeing how beneficial AdWords truly is, and with a small investment of time and money, you should be able to set up an AdWords account and target your customers more effectively. Thank you very much, and please let me know if you have any AdWords-related questions. Any questions?
What does one of your typical clients spend per year on AdWords?
It really ranges.
What is that range?
I mean, it could be either, $10 a day to thousands of dollars. It really ranges. So you can start as small as you want and work it up. But that's how I would recommend. Don't just dump money, because Google are notorious for wanting to eat all that money up. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.